All right, now this is the last part that we'll cover, and that's setting up your redeploy pipeline. So now that you've gone through your whole process end to end several times, and you're feeling really comfortable with the parts you have automated, you can set up your pipeline to deploy a new model as soon as your metrics fall below a certain threshold. So this is a big step that you'll want to confirm, validate, test, and then triple, quadruple check again. But confirm the metrics that you're monitoring and those automation points. If there's anywhere in there that needs to be adjusted or documented or updated, anything at all, you have to raise that concern before you set up the pipeline. Because once you're ready to set up the redeployment pipeline, you're saying that the metrics are good, the thresholds are good, and the automation points are good. And again, when you get to this point, test out the complete flow from data ingestion all the way to model monitoring in pre-prod or in staging, because this is where you're going to really see if your pipeline is ready to do redeploys. So try out a test auto redeploy to your staging environment from end to end, of course, before you go to production. And this is where having some kind of model repository or model registry is gonna come in handy, because when you do your redeploy pipeline, there needs to be some place to put your model artifact, and it needs to be accessible by, well, scripts and bots basically. So that way, when you do run this redeploy pipeline and everything automatically happens, you can go in and play around with the model that's produced if you need to. The big thing here is to always, always include a manual override for any automation in your redeploy pipeline. Because again, once you're at this step, it's just going to keep going. So you have your metrics and your threshold set up. So every time that threshold is exceeded or it's not met, this redeploy pipeline is going to trigger automatically. There might be a case where you don't want to update your model yet and you want to stop that automation. So have that manual override, because one of the worst things you can happen is this whole redeploy pipeline just goes off and starts running on its own, and there's no clean way to shut it down, and you end up having to go into your cloud platform directly and shutting off different APIs. Maybe you close down some EC2 instances, delete some S3 buckets, but always have this manual override just to make sure you're safe.